like to say, said we want to look at misunderstandings, understandings, and hurt present themselves as stumbling blocks in our lives. We do not actually know that they were coming to be stumbling blocks to us. We do not actually would have known of the fact that stumbling blocks existed until we met these. Sometimes they create themselves or make themselves into stumbling blocks unknowingly. And so when unknown hurt, sometimes very well so, persons come in our lives as stumbling blocks and they intentionally those stumbling blocks or the of what they were doing to stop us or to hurt us. For science or this particular topic, because I wanted the feedbacks. So you can type your comments in the comment area, the experience. If it is that you know of any form of understanding, misunderstanding that led to hurts. The thing is that persons often do that or around it was a hurt, or it is that it was actually that this intended to be stumbling blocks and create a hurt. Say something. It can leave a scar on the individual that is experiencing that said thing or action. When those experiences occur, there are two ways of understanding. The understanding on the part of the person who they're actually doing this to become a stumbling block to you. The person who receives the act will have the same understanding. I know exactly that or this or that. But eventually a stumbling block or created a hurt in your life and along your experiences here. So the thing is that they could have done the action and they intended to become. Where it concerns hurts and misunderstandings can create hurts in our lives and our experiences. And so it is good to open the floor and explore this particular topic and actually involve in the overall and situations that could occur based on understanding, misunderstandings, and hurts. The fact that some of these understanding, misunderstandings, and hurts actually throughout the entire life journey. It is continuing from the first time it happened through to the entire time of we need to put a stop to this situation. Some of us will tell you that we have hurts from experiences that persons did to us in the past, from we were 5, from we were 7, some might say from 30 or 40 ranges. But it's still. Some of us will say as well that this misunderstanding or understanding or was as a result of the fact that the person intentionally wanted to do it. The person did not intentionally want to do it. A hurt came across because of the fact that the particular person who did it is one that is associated in our minds as an individual that would create mischief, would want to hurt, would want to be a stumbling block, or is a stumbling block to us. Area we're in, a person is a stumbling block to you. Every time you see that person, you either don't want to be in their company or want to really walk past them, not go in their direction, and so forth. And so that's an associated stumbling block. And if it is that that person would have said something to you, more than likely you would not listen. And you would have taken it the wrong way or with a misunderstanding, more than even an understanding, saying it to you or saying it to offend you or hurt you in any way. When we find ourselves persons in our lives, we have to away from the experiences that we have. This is because these type of stumbling blocks are persons who we encountered that cause us to have a certain understanding of action. They might be associated with misunderstanding because the type of experience we've had with them. When we see them, as I mentioned before, we probably want to just walk past them. That little and think about walking past them is actually a waste even in the favor of the hurt you and became a stumbling block in your life. We need to get to the point we're in. They are not a stumbling blocks in our lives. If we see them, continue to do what it is that we were doing. We shaken by them and we're taking back the power to say, you're powerless over me and I'm not going to let because of the understanding or anything those two can cause affect me. You take back the power because such persons, Lord himself is becoming a part of your life. They too have taken a power. They have taken a power from you. Hurt. They have taken a power from you to make you feel as if you want to go the other direction when you see them. They have taken a power from you on what you're doing. That should never be the case. Always ensure that these stumbling blocks that you encounter in your life, you have rightfully, if you see that person normally, if you see that person, they are not upsetting your space in any way, upsetting your day in any way, and they are not creating the stumbling block that they 10 years ago, because you have to actively take that power and let them affect you in any way. The truth is that any form of misunderstanding or the associated understanding causing hurt will cause you to always want to reflect on what was the experience overall at this place that I'm at now whenever I see a particular person. So that's what normal human tendencies would want to draw upon. But we are trying to strike a balance here where we are trying to pull from ourselves some that would allow us to take back the power. We do not allow them to control our lives entirely by letting us go the other way, want to change what we're doing, or be otherwise focused. But we want to get back to where we're just normally doing what we're doing, and we saw them. And we continue to do what we're doing. The power we're in 10 years ago, you hurt me, but now 10 years, I'm stronger. So and that's just a mental strength to leave those behind, because you don't want to carry those with you throughout. Some examples I've I've heard and seen where, due to someone being a stumbling block, either when they were in prep school or they were in high school, in their community, or what happened is that stumbling became other stumbling blocks for their lives. Let us look at the particular scenario we're in. A person went to an interview, and this is also a truthful one. A person went to an interview, and just because they saw someone who, either through understanding or misunderstanding, created a hurt or stumbling block in their life, either through understanding or misunderstanding, didn't find that interest in the job position anymore. And they were being offered the job position, and the employers were like, take it, take it, take it. They called them and so forth during the recruitment process. Because a stumbling block showed up in their lives that they were not over yet. And what if it were that the stumbling block came back in your life, and you had taken the position given from the interview? And you had taken the position given from the interview. You would have taken back your power.